Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Bruce McBain. Here we go again. This is what we do. Working on the differential today. I'll show you here in just a second. We were out here probably about 4 days ago, and we put on some rust dissolver. Never tried the stuff before. It seemed okay. The surface kind of started turning white and foamy, and then bad weather set in again. So we're back out here today. It's crisp, about 36 degrees. And we're going to put some baking soda water on this and get this neutralized. But let me show you what we've got so far. Okay, so we were down the other night and I sprayed this rust dissolver on it. It's kind of like a clear jelly, and you can see there's like a white coating left behind. I think that's just the residue from the acid. And you can see where it still looks kind of glazed. It's kind of still active down in there. So I looked on the bottle and it said use baking soda water to neutralize it. So it looks like a slop mess right now, but hopefully here in a minute we'll get this all cleaned up. Okay, so what we got here is just a warm bucket of water with a whole box of baking soda in it. And I noticed right off, if you look down in here, I'll zoom in, look how that's bubbling. So that jellied acid, if you will, is still active after all these days. So it's probably a good thing I'm out here getting that stuff off, because who knows, it might actually make a lot of corrosion. So keep scrubbing. Okay, we finished the sandblasting and we're at the point now where we're watching paint dry. How fun is that? It came up pretty good. This is basically 2 coats, and it's not bad. I mean, for an almost 40-year-old differential, it's only going to look so good, I guess. And sometimes I get picky and spend too much time doing stuff. Doesn't really matter. So anyway, there's the differential, and then got the brackets for the leaf springs over here. Put some paint on those. They're drying. They came out pretty good. And now we're down to cutting the other side spring off, and I got the plasma cutter out. Oh, the air compressor started. So I won't bore you with all that, but we'll be back after a bit once we get this cut off. Okay, we've been at it for quite a while, and cutting out these springs and brackets and bushings and such proved to be quite a job. Like I said before, I don't want to bore you with that, but that was a lot of work. But this is really coming along nicely now. I threw a little bit of black paint back in here. I wanted to use undercoating, but the sun's going down right now, and undercoating would just stayed sticky all night. But I wanted to show you one thing. These little bushings I added to the inside of these bushings, so now we actually have a dual surface that's been lubricated so that these springs can travel much smoother. So I have them here, and I also have them inside of here, and I cut them down with the tools in the shop to make them fit. These are 1.5 inches, actually just a hair more than 1.5 inches, something metric, and these are 3-inch. So I had to take about a 1/16 of an inch off each one, but got these on the Jungle Store, and actually seem to be pretty good metal. But anyway, we're going to start to roll this over underneath the truck and start kind of lining things up there. I might put a couple brackets up on there. They just got painted earlier today. It's just the temperature's dropping out here so fast that it's making it kind of rough to do this. So anyway, be back shortly. Okay, with lots of struggling and straining, I finally got this thing rolled over here. And of course I had to roll it uphill by a few degrees. That was fun. So we got it pretty close to where we want it to be. Or I pinched my finger, or both. So we got some brand new U-bolts. Yay. And we got our bracket all painted up, spiffy. Nobody will probably see it except for me, but that's okay. So I like using this silicone gel on the bolt threads instead of anti-seize. Anti-seize is just so messy, and this stuff works pretty good. So bear with me while I get set up here. Use it. I've got some new parking brake cables coming. So when they get here, maybe I'll do another little short video on parking brake cables. That's not really a big deal. It's more about threading the cables into the backing plate the right way and kind of going from there. So, but it might be worth a 10 or 15 minute little video. Sometimes a little shot. I mean, you could probably even use like WD or something like that, but I like that gel stuff. All right, so put our first bracket up on there. Hope you can hear me. I just heard the heater start inside the garage. My son's in there today working on his Camaro. I've been wanting to shoot a little video about that. He's being all shy, but no, he's rewiring it. He's got a '84 Camaro LS turbo car, and the wiring, the original '84 wiring, he was trying to use some of that, and it just got crunchy, old, and so he's putting in a bunch of new wiring. So, all right, there's that one. Now let's see if we can get this bolt in. Maybe. This thing's way off. Come on, baby. There we go. Ouch. It'll grow back. A little bit more thread than that. Never use your impact as a hammer. Just saying. That one. Okay. All right, that should be enough where it can pivot around. Ouch, my head. I just cracked my skull. Okay. So let's see if we can get this side where we want it. So right now the center line of the spring is here, rear axle's here, it's about 1.5 inches off. So let's let this down a little bit. And see if this will go forwards any. Oh, you know what? It's in, there's 2 holes in that bracket. There it goes. See it break loose? It was in the wrong one. So this is, that should be about the middle. There, I just felt it bump. So let's take it up a little bit, put some pressure on it. Yeah, it's popping in good. Sometimes these projects are tough when you're by yourself. And you do something wrong, you're gonna be taking it back apart. But I just had lunch, so I'm doing good. I think I had lunch at 4 o'clock, something like that. Another squirrel. Okay, let me get some more bolts. I will be back in a moment. Okay, so I got the bolts on this side lubricated and dropped down over the leaf spring. So let's start to move these into position. These bolts here sticking out, that's for the shock absorbers. When we get that far. I better do this from underneath, it's easier. Alright, there's that. Alright, we got those two started. See if we can get these two in. Bingo. Well, they fit nice. How did that happen? Why didn't I bring the washers down here? I put all my nuts and bolts on the frame rail. Genius. There's a washer. There you go. Okay. Put our washers up on there. Put our nuts up on there. And start to snug this side up too. All right, perfect. And when I'm tightening, I'm kind of crisscrossing it. The reason why is I want the same amount of pull on each U-bolt. So when you look down here, you'll see like a 1/2 inch or 3/8 of an inch of bolt hanging out the other side of the nut. I want them to pull up evenly or squarely, however you want to say that. Squirrely. And like I say, we're just going to do good and snug. And I can see the pin in the bottom of the bracket here. I can see the pin right in the middle. For some reason that side looks a little off, but I know I heard it pop in. I'll have to get my flashlight and check that before we snug that down. So looks like it's off. Must have slid on me. Wow, it was a 1/16 of an inch off, just barely not in the hole. So let's see if I can do this again with my left hand. Up, there it goes. Just popped in. Now, who would have thought that thing would have fit that tight? But what I could have done, if I'd known about it, measure that locating pin and then measure the actual spring perch on the differential. And if it's a little bit off, I could have taken a drill bit or carbide bit or something, open that hole up a little bit, but didn't know. So let's go ahead and snug this up a little bit. So I think I'm going to stop the video there. Let me turn the camera around here. Yep. Hopefully you can see me there. There you go. So I'm going to stop the video there for tonight. It's getting dark out here. Be right back in the morning. We'll wrap this rascal up and we'll get on with another project because I'm getting tired of wrestling with these heavy leaf springs. And I think you want to see it done. See you in the morning. Hey, good morning, everyone. Bruce again. I'm back. We're doing the final wrap up on these springs. I stayed out a little bit later last night and got the other one on, but we're down to putting a little thread lock on and tightening some bolts. And we should be done with this rascal. So So some of these nuts they gave me in the kit are not jam nuts. So we're just going an extra mile, throwing a little thread locker on here so they don't vibrate loose going down the road. Without putting a little bit of thread locker on here, you're taking a chance. And we don't want this to come loose going down the road. I did order up some shocks. They should be here in a couple hours. We're gonna put some new shocks on this also. Okay, our shocks just came in, so we're going to go ahead and start wrapping up this project. These shocks, they're not expensive by any means, but I figured as an old truck, we'll kind of go nostalgic looking, old gaudy yellow looking shocks. Everybody will see us from a mile away, and they'll probably say, look at that old guy, look at them yellow shocks. And they're right on both circumstances. So it is what it is. All right, so they've got this plastic strap on here. That's to keep them compressed while they're in shipping, and we just cut that, and then the shock will kind of just pop out a little bit, so we'll just have to muscle it back in there. And I already put a little bit of silicone gel down here on the stud, and I do that so that it doesn't squeak and carry on going down the road. Our washer, lock nut. This might be fun, trying to squeeze this thing back down on there. I need my young son to help me push it down. So maybe I can do this. Move all the wrenches because they're gonna go flying. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's not too bad. Whoa, easy. Pop back out there. Okay. Yep. Get my back up. Yeah, get down. All right. Okay. One in. Piloting some sort of banana or something. All right, let's do this again. First one was just practice. Let's try this. All right. So we'll cut this strap like that. Yep. Get over there. All right. Put this on like that. And my washer. They don't give you new washers or anything. They don't even give you new bolts. I just came back from the tractor store and picking these things up, and got all new bolts, which is the one I just dropped in the dirt. All right, here we go. Hello. Yeah. Okay. Okay. don't want to over tighten the bottom bushings because it'll literally crush them. So as long as I got a full nut on there, and I do, it can just be where it is. All right, so let me move this camera. Okay, we are pretty much done, except for retaching brake lines. I got to make some new ones, and when I was at the auto parts store, I should have ordered up a new brake hose, which is underneath the truck. And I also got some new parking brake cables, but that's it as far as putting in the ladder bars, the springs. We got shocks in there now. She's looking good. So just have to figure out next what I want to do. Maybe put some paint on this, primer. And then we got the bed over here I got to work on. It's got some rust over the wheel arches. But otherwise, she's looking really good. Excuse the tripod. I usually trip over that 2 or 3 times. So all new. Looks good. We will get a differential cover. I'll have to order that too, but we won't do a video about that. Basically, we'll just pop that off, put a new one on, clean up the gasket surface, fill it up with oil, and we're good. So hope you guys liked this project. Okay, folks, thanks again for watching the project with replacing the rear leaf springs, and we hung some shocks. We got the ladder bars adjusted there. As always, thank you. Please hit like and subscribe. Hopefully this video was helpful to you, and we'll see you again, because this is what we do. Take care.